And we're here to announce new legislation, Senate Bill 627, the No Secret Police Act. This is a very important and timely proposal to deal with the fact that we are seeing more and more law enforcement officers, particularly at the federal level, be in our community, covering their faces entirely, not identifying themselves at all, at times even wearing army fatigues, where you can't tell are these law enforcement officers or a vigilante militia. Law enforcement officers can currently commit many different kinds of crimes, and you report it.
People are afraid. Families are being torn apart. And it's important that people that are engaged in any sort of law enforcement activity, whether state, whether it's county, or whether it's federal, that there's full transparency in terms of what's happening. In addition, we are seeing people who are impersonating law enforcement officials. And so this is also to try to discourage these imposters, these thugs that are engaging in activity that's clearly illegal and clearly not authorized. So this is a very important step to hold law enforcement accountable, to keep our community safe in California. And we are committed to move this bill forward this year. It's time critical. It is important that we put this in place now.
I've experienced over the last 5+ years thousands of death threats, and I know I have other colleagues who have experienced death threats. Law enforcement officers serve the community. They're not separate from the community. They serve the community. And when if you start having a system where law enforcement officers are like, moving towards like stormtroopers in Star Wars, where when I was a kid, I remember thinking that stormtroopers were all robots. They're not. They were people who wore, just covered everything up. We don't want to move towards that kind of model where law enforcement becomes almost like an occupying army disconnected from the community. And that's what it is when you start hiding their face, hiding the identity. And that's why in San Francisco and in so many local communities, law enforcement officers, they don't cover their faces. They have their name and their badge number on their uniform, so you can see who's interacting with you or who's arresting you. And I understand, I don't want anyone to be doxxed, and there are rules around that. But boy, it's a totally different society that we're going to be living in if we get to the point where it is considered acceptable for law enforcement officers to be anonymous. That is not okay.
This is the law. You get a warrant.
You have the right to remain silent. Don't fear being silent.
To an attorney, don't sign anything. No firmes nada. Tienes